All right, guys, in this video, we are going to be installing the rockers and making sure we have the correct preload on our LS7 style lifters. So I'll show you a cool way how to do that with a dial indicator. You can also buy a push rod checking tool if you want to spend the extra money, but I already had a dial indicator, so it just made sense to do that. Now, we got the heads decked and different lifters, so checking push rod length is always a good idea. All right, time to put in the rocker assembly. I put a little bit of a assembly lube on the valve stems, okay? Okay, I'll be using the stock push rods. They're actually gonna be the correct length, even though the heads were decked, and I'm using LS7 style lifters. Now, I called, or I inquired from the company I bought the lifters from. They said that they should be preloaded 70 thousandths, okay, roughly. You can go less, you can go more, but they want 70 thousandths, okay? So let me put the rockers in, and we'll go over the preload, how I determine that. Okay, so drop this whole assembly in here. Now, I didn't want to spend the $100 on push rods just yet. I mean, there's a lot of money I need to spend on this project, so stock push rods will be fine unless I, feel I need to upgrade it at a later time. Maybe I'll do a trunnion upgrade or whatever, but right now, I think they'll be okay. And all you got to do is pop the valve cover off to change the push rods out. Not a huge deal, so I'll deal with that some other day, okay? There's always time, right? Okay, first of all, in order to check preload, you need to be on the base circle of the cam. The lobe of the cam cannot be lifting up on the push rod. So I rolled the motor over until this guy, the lifter, was on the base circle of the cam, and I can actually peek down in there, okay? So I'm going to skip that step for purposes of this, okay? So next, what you want to do is tighten this guy until there's zero lash, okay? So see that? That's sloppy, right? Okay, so you can hear that. Hear that jiggle? So we want to tighten it until there's zero lash. Okay, so there's a little bit. Okay, I can still move it, but I can't move it up and down. Yeah, maybe a little tighter. Okay, so that's zero lash right there. And what I have here is my dial indicator, and I'm putting it. All right, let me try right there. That hole was screwing us up. All right, so let me zero my, all right. Okay, that's fully tight. So we went all the way around to 30. So that's 70 thousandths of preload. So that's perfect. That I don't have to upgrade. I don't have to get different length push rods, okay? So that's awesome. Okay, so it's just a matter of running these down. Just get them hand tight for now. Some of these are on the eccentric of the cam, like this one. All right, 22 foot-pounds on the Eastwood torque wrench. Alright, same thing on this side. I checked the preload prior to this video on this side. Same thing. About 70 thousandths preload, so we're good. Make sure all the lifters are down. And here's our rockers. Give it a turn or two to get it in before you hit it with the impact. Okay, and one more thing is I took each rocker off. You know, obviously I solvent clean these. I've shot a little bit of oil here and there, okay? Because there's a bearing in there, all right? All right, that's all done. I didn't put any oil on the ends of the push rods because we're going to prime this motor, and I'm actually going to leave the valve covers off, and I want to see oil coming all out of here. Let's roll it over really quick. Let's make sure it's cool. All right, good enough for me. All right, guys, that's it for this video. The full engine rebuild and the Chevelle LS turbo build playlist is up here in the upper right. Make sure to check that out.